Okay, so this is the video on how to complete this section of your TIMTask, which describes the journey of blood around the body, the lungs, and into and out of the heart. So perhaps the first thing to do would be to make this part of the diagram a little clearer by putting a box around the word lungs to match the one around the rest of the body. We often see lungs represented as a simple box or similar. And so the first thing we need to add is the passage of the blood from the rest of the body, okay, into the heart itself. And so I'm going to use a blue pen for this to show that blood travelling from the rest of the body into the heart, into the atrium here, which is the right atrium, is deoxygenated. Okay, so it's got no oxygen in it. From there, it travels from the left atrium, sorry, the right atrium rather, into the right ventricle. So it does that. And then from there, it travels to the lungs. Okay, so it travels out there and off to the lungs. Now, once it passes through the lungs, the blood becomes oxygenated, and we often see that represented in red, and it travels back into the heart here. So this is the left atria, and then from the left atria it passes into the left ventricle, and then from there it travels to the rest of the body. So to add to this diagram a little, we could label a few of these blood vessels. So this blood vessel here, from the left ventricle to the rest of the body, starts off being the aorta. This blood vessel here, which comes from the lungs and goes towards the heart, is the pulmonary vein, okay, because it's going towards the heart. However, it is unusual in as much as it's the only vein that carries oxygenated blood. This blood vessel here, going back from the rest of the body into the heart, is the vena cava. We saw previously that there is the superior, which is from the top of the body, and the inferior, which is from the lower body, vena cava. But this simplified diagram, we've only got the one. Okay, so that's the vena cava. And then this blood vessel here is going from the heart. It takes blood away from the heart, so it's an artery, but it's got deoxygenated blood in it going to the lungs. So this is the pulmonary artery. Okay, and the fact that the blood passes twice through the heart on its journey around the body is why we call our system a double circulatory system. Okay, and we could add a few labels here. So A means an atrium, V is for ventricle, and then we need to add some labels to talk about these colour of the blood. So blue is deoxygenated, used for respiration by the body. And the red represents oxygenated blood, which is taken off to the body to be used for respiration. And then finally, we can just show that when we're drawing a heart, that we label it as if it was being our own heart. So whilst this is the right hand side of the page, it's actually the left hand side of the diagram, and this is the right hand side of the diagram. Okay,